Alright guys, we have to talk about that Mandalorian and Grogu Super Bowl trailer because what the heck was that? That is not the way you market a movie. You have 30 seconds to like really showcase your movie, and that's not the way to do it, you guys. Not to mention the TV spot was like $8 million. What are they doing? Let's watch this trailer together and talk about it, you guys.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX May 22nd.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah, you guys, what are they thinking doing that? Come on. No one's even hype about this. No one is even excited about Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't even know if people remember Grogu. Baby Yoda Grogu, he peaked in like 2019, 2020, and it's 2026. I don't even know if people remember Grogu. But your number one priority is to get people to see this movie, and a trailer like that is not gonna get people to see this movie. And I know where they were thinking. They're kind of paying homage to like some of those old Super Bowl commercials, like the old Budweiser commercials, Bud Light commercials. I know where they were doing. In fact, this commercial would have been better if Baby Yoda had like a Bud Light at the end, or Mando has like the Bud Light at the end. That would have made it better than it's like, oh, it's really a Bud Light commercial, and now we're reminded of this Star Wars movie that's about to come out. But yeah, this trailer is for the birds. No one cares about this movie. This movie's about to flop so hard, you guys. The people running Star Wars right now have completely lost the plot. They do not know the franchise. The franchise used to be epic. The franchise used to be great, and now it's completely whack. I wouldn't dare watch something like The Acolyte. I value my eyes too much, you guys. Yeah, you guys, Star Wars Episode 7, A Force Awakens, I thought was okay, and then it just went downhill after that. Episode 8 was like a big nothing burger. I barely remember it. And Episode 9, I think, just spits in the face of the original trilogy. Like, bringing back Palpatine, don't do that. What are you talking about? Like, you guys don't know anything about what the fans really want. It completely spits in the face of Anakin's arc of like rescuing Luke, saving Luke, defeating the Sith, destroying the Emperor. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Star Wars, you guys. I mean, it's to the point to where when you see like the prequel trilogies on TV, you're like, dang, they're playing good movies now. Those prequel trilogies are starting to look like classics, and they've been looking like classics for like the last 10 years. There's so many quotable lines in that prequel trilogy.
Kill him. Do it.
Execute Order 66.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Some of the best lightsaber fights you're gonna see. I mean, General Grievous was that guy. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus General Grievous, that was an amazing fight, you guys. And don't sleep on Darth Maul. The dude was literally the Phantom Menace, had everyone shook, and he didn't say a single word. The most badass lightsaber out there, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know what Hollywood is doing, you guys. I feel like they just live in their own bubble, and they're just talking to themselves, getting nothing but attaboys from other people who live in that bubble. They're getting nothing but confirmation bias on their social media, and then they make these movies and they just flop out in the public. And I feel like they think anyone who disagrees with their message or their movie is just a part of like the wrong side or the wrong crowd, when in reality they're just making trash products, you guys. I mean, do you see that He-Man trailer? Why is there like the he-him thing in the He-Man trailer? Some people think it's like a tongue-in-cheek joke. I'm like, even if it is, you're still choosing a side. You're still being very political. Even if you have that in your movie, why are you showcasing that to the public? You know it's not gonna be received well. And He-Man fans are not the type of fans who like the he-him stuff anyways. Like, who are you trying to appeal to? Not a population that's going to make that movie a financial success. And did you see the director said that Skeletor is the embodiment of toxic masculinity?
What?
What are they talking about? Skeletor is nothing like that. Skeletor is like cartoonish, generic villain. Like when you think of just like an evil, like almost mustache twirling villain, very theatrical, nothing like toxically masculine at all.
What's the matter? Lost your king? You try my patience, witch. Not mumbling, you meatheads. Rumbling, rumbling. Go, and don't let me see your mangy hide around here again. Back up, muscle boy.
Yeah, no one in Hollywood knows what they're doing, least of all Disney. But yeah, the prequel trilogy was getting raked through the coals when it came out. You guys remember that? But now you look back on those movies with reverence. Hayden Christensen shows up to Star Wars events and people are just giving him a standing ovation.
Man, you guys sure know how to make a guy feel good. That was very nice, thank you.
The Star Wars brand has been tarnished over like the last 10 years, you guys. I was just talking to my wife about this. If someone had Star Wars tats, I would be ashamed to show that in public. This movie looks like it's about to be a massive flop. I don't think anyone is checking for Mandalorian and Grogu. I think it's way past its prime. The last season of the show, no one really liked. It was almost the definition of mid, and that was 3 years ago. They should have made this movie like 5 or 6 years ago, but I don't know what they promised Pedro Pascal in his contract or what have you. And I know it takes Hollywood a long time to make movies. But see, that's another thing. I think there's a solid chance that there's going to be some Pedro Pascal fatigue, but Disney is married to Pedro Pascal right now. I mean, he's their Mr. Fantastic, so I mean, they're locked in with Pedro Pascal for at least the next 5 years. But yeah, Fantastic Four was a flop. It only made like $520 million. And this Mandalorian and Grogu movie may struggle to make like $300 million. It may be just like the Solo movie, which made like $320 million, something around there. But let's check out some of these comments to this movie. This feels like a new Ford truck commercial more than a Star Wars trailer. Everyone in the bar thought it was a toy commercial. The Mandalorian acting like he's in a Budweiser commercial. What the hell have I just witnessed? Yeah, you guys, absolutely no one is okay with this trailer. No one is hype about Mandalorian and Grogu. This is just really pathetic. Hollywood has really lost the plot. Disney, I mean, golly. I mean, this is just really pathetic. No one in Hollywood knows what they're doing, least of all Disney. They're actively destroying Star Wars. They're actively destroying Predator. Predator is almost unrecognizable at this point. And if you're not careful, they're gonna do the same thing to Marvel. They've been doing the same thing to Marvel, really. I'm so sick of Hollywood trying to soften up some of your more masculine sci-fi and action franchises. It is absolutely ridiculous. You don't see them ruining some of the girl franchises like Wicked and Barbie. Could you imagine if Wicked 3 was like an action horror movie? Could you imagine if they threw a bunch of monster trucks and action scenes in Barbie? You don't see them doing that, but they want to sprinkle some of the girl stuff over in the sci-fi and action franchises and push their political messaging in those franchises. It's really a shame. They want all guys to be soft and they want all the masculinity to go to the girls. It's absolutely ridiculous. And when I say things like, if you go woke, you will go broke, I mean that in the context of the action franchises and the sci-fi franchises that are mostly masculine. Star Wars was a masculine, nerdy sci-fi franchise that we all love. Han Solo was so masculine, you couldn't even write the way they used to write Han Solo now, the way they wrote him back in the day, and that's a shame. He's about to get frozen in carbonite. Princess Leia's like, I love you, and Han Solo replies, what, you guys? I know. It was absolutely classic and it was so cool. There's nothing wrong with that, and yet you cannot get away with that nowadays. But it's okay to have your messaging. It's okay to have all your woke stuff. Just put it in your own IPs. Do that in Barbie. Do that in Wicked. Do that in some of your like YA novels that get adapted into movies. But don't try to co-opt franchises that guys like and sprinkle in your messaging just because you know it's going to get a whole bunch of eyeballs looking at it, or at least you hope it does. Because I don't know, if you start showing people all this he-him stuff, you start talking about toxic masculinity in like a He-Man movie, I don't know, you may be cutting off your viewership right there. But yeah, it's a serious problem throughout Hollywood, you guys. People are not here for it. People want their masculinity back. Not every sci-fi and action franchise needs like a cute little animal or cute little creature or a bunch of jokes. And the worst part is when they do masculine stuff, it almost feels like a parody. I'm thinking of like the Jason Statham Meg movies and like some of the Fast and Furious movies that almost seem like parody movies at this point. It's really a shame, honestly, you guys. I feel like the last true masculine things we've seen were like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and the Snyder Cut, to be honest.
I was somehow really invested in the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
But everyone in Hollywood just needs to go back to formula.
Back to formula.
Make these franchises amazing again, you guys. Give the fans what they really want, because they don't want any of this crap. I mean, I've seen some YouTubers actually say that they think Disney is intentionally trying to ruin the Star Wars brand. I just don't see what they get out of it, but I mean, it is bad, because you really think like, how do they think this is a good idea, you guys? Like, who is at this round table pitching ideas and everyone's like, oh, that's a great idea and we should do this and do this, and oh my god, everyone's gonna love this? I don't know what they're thinking out there in Hollywood. It really feels like average Joe Schmoes can make better ideas or pitch better ideas. And these Hollywood execs, with all their hubris, when their movies freaking flop, they try to blame the audience. It's like, no, you just made a movie that is so far against the original source, the original foundation of the franchise, that we don't like it anymore. We're just not fucking with it anymore. I mean, Star Wars Episode 9 looked like they didn't know what they were doing, you guys. Like, they didn't know how to tie up their own story. Like, why are you bringing back Palpatine? What are you thinking? The current vision for Star Wars is almost like the polar opposite vision of the original Star Wars. But I digress, you guys. What do you guys think about this Mandalorian and Grogu trailer? What do you guys think about the state of Star Wars and the state of Hollywood in general? I don't think they're making stuff for guys anymore, but I think that's where all the money's at. But let me know your comments below. And if I've said anything you can agree with, smash that subscribe button. button. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, you guys. They say the first 1,000 is the hardest 1,000, so let's smash that subscribe button, join this side of the internet. Click here to binge more of my content. And as always, thank you for inviting me into your home, and thank you for joining me in mine. I'll see you guys in the next video.